Welcome back to our walking tour around the old Vicarage gardens here at East Ruston. And as you leave the gardens that surround the old Vicarage itself and start exploring back in a southerly direction, you're led through gateways in the fences and hedges really that compartmentalise this garden. And one of them is this long herbaceous border surrounded by beech hedging with a wide gravel path down the centre. This phlox is just spectacularly good this year with the wet spring. They've done really well. Some verbena filling in this border, but it's largely mature shrub plantings, including roses and this very pretty, what I think is an alpina variety of clematis, flowering beautifully towards the end of July. Grown up metal pillars, quite a bit of architectural support in this garden. It's been planted quite some time, looking at the maturity. There's a lot of topiary and box hedging surrounding the gravel paths, almost holding the herbaceous and shrub plantings in. And then in the midsection, this spectacular architectural feature filled with this, I don't know what it was, actually not looked this one up, not familiar with it at all. Obviously a bog plant growing in water in this copper pot. What a fantastic mid feature to this very structured but very private and enclosed garden, which is flowering really beautifully, even considering we are towards the end of July here, almost into August, and a lot of the early flowering colours now finished. But they've been doing their work here at East Ruston, deadheading, and the mixed plantings with these grasses, the pampas, and these oak grasses. So pan round, you'll see just how effective they are as they flop out from the herbaceous borders against that dark backdrop that you get with the beech hedging surrounding and enclosing this garden. Spectacularly well done. Fennel, which we grow a lot of on our own garden in Norfolk, but I've not managed to grow a clematis looking this good at the end of July. Same colour tone as the other end of the herbaceous border, but this a full double. It's looking back to where we entered this first part of the garden, and as you continue your journey through these gardens at East Ruston, you then emerge into this little really beautifully planted vegetable garden, but not pure vegetables. This is very much still an ornamental planting with some beautiful kales, I think, ruby chard maybe, and then these sunflowers planted just behind them, just coming into flower now. Yellow and red stems, really giving a show as good as any flower. Nothing's in big rows or dense plantings here. It's interplanted with fruit trees and decorative annuals. And then you emerge into the opening and grand gateway, pronouncing your entrance into the walled garden. Another large glass house. This is a really lush planting, really benefiting from the increased heat and warmth and extended growing season you get from these 12 to 15 foot walls. Plenty of old-fashioned roses, climbers on the walls. They've used the height brilliantly, but it's the pathways that run throughout this garden that just draw you to walk through the plantings. And another glass house. Different variety of plants in this one. Still a seating area. I do like the way they put seating areas in all their conservatories and glass houses, so you can actually rest and enjoy and take time, not just to work in these, but to actually enjoy the space. Fantastic coleus. Just look at the colour in these. growing really well in 10-inch pots. When they get to this size, you realise just what spectacular plants these are. Plenty more architectural salvage and planters. Everything here is really beautifully done. I remember either an apricot or a peach tree in that glass house in previous years. There's no sign of it now. I think it's probably succumbed. This is the southern aspect, more agapanthus and Aylsham area in a variety of day-glow hot colours, drawing you down this planting to a run of the most spectacular sweet peas. Aren't these beautiful? Really grown well and loving this warm protected sunshine. Of this deep purpley blue agapanthus. Scattered throughout the different gardens here, just at its best this time of year. More roses, just look at the amount of bud coming on these. Obviously good soil. And again, the use of glass and grass, netting with some fantastic sweet peas. The scent off these was wonderful. Purple loosestrife, not a plant I'd necessarily pick to put in this environment because it's a moisture loving bog plant, but growing really well here. Another one of those phloxes. I think these are penstemons. Wrought iron rose arch runs centrally down this garden away from the glass house. This particular little plant, but beautiful stems and little buds. I think the red in the distance there is probably a sorrel. As you come out, long views of Haysborough Lighthouse, down that long avenue of clipped trees, and the garden just extends beyond the walls. Really well grown agapanthus, and East Ruston's the place to come in July. Another little phlox, I think, and a bit of summer bedding. Now this is again one of my favourite little areas, and I think probably the owners as well. Definitely a working area of the garden with the potting shed. One of the nice features of this garden is it's not purely a show garden, it is a working lived-in garden, and you can see the activity and jobs that are still in progress here on your visit. This area encloses this little potting shed which comes right the way down to around 4 feet, and an area where cultivation's taking place, division, and things being prepared for moving around and planting out in various areas of the garden. It does make it feel more homely than a show parks and garden visit. And another little greenhouse with some nice nasturtiums in pots outside with runner beans, sweet peas. And this is very much the on the edge of the vegetable garden. She's just behind that hedge. This glass house is filled with heritage variety tomatoes. Still at quite an early stage. They've got chili peppers, sweet peppers, and all sorts coming on in here. I think there are aubergines and a whole range of vegetable plants. It's a fantastic garden to visit. It just rambles on with different compartments and areas, all with something of interest whatever time of year you come and visit East Ruston. So if you're in Norfolk, please make an effort, check out their website and come and visit these most wonderful gardens on the east coast of Norfolk. Thanks for watching.